Hey Covies, happy day 475 of quarantine, and hopefully your days are a little bit better because of the Cove programming and some of the workouts that you get to do at home. So today we have a very fun MetCon for you. It is a 5-round MetCon, and it's going to be a 400-meter run, 14 alternating dumbbell snatches, and then you're going to take that dumbbell and hold it in the goblet position under your chin and do 14 lunges. And those are just forward-facing goblet lunges. The cap on this one is 20 minutes. So you want to finish under 20 minutes. You want to work to finish under 20 minutes. But of course, you're doing this from home, so you can take as much time as you need and continue to go for the full 5 rounds if you do get time capped. For this one, the weight is going to be performance and open, or excuse me, I'll talk about the fitness weight first. Fitness weight is going to be 35 or 25 for the dumbbell. Performance or open is 50 or 35 for the dumbbell, or work with whatever you've got. I've got my laundry detergent that we'll use as a warm-up weight, and so if you don't have any kind of weights at home, you can find some odd objects to do a little bit of these movements with, so I'll go over that today as well. And then after we finish our MetCon, we're going to be doing accessory piece, which is Durante Core, and you guys are pretty familiar with this when we do it quite often, and it crushes people every time. It's a great one. So 4 rounds, 10 hollow rocks, 10 V-ups, 10 tuck-ups, and a 10-second hollow hold. And supposedly you're supposed to just do this unbroken all the way through. And I think that was Brian's goal. So maybe during quarantine he's hitting that goal. I know I'm not doing it unbroken, that's for sure. But, so we're going to get started with a run. We're going to do some shorter distance runs to get warmed up. So if you've got, you can do this on your driveway or just down the street or something like that. If you're not running today, you can always, if you have a rower at home or a bike, you can do a 400-meter row. On the bike, I'll be honest, I don't know exactly, but I would say do something like a 2-minute bike, maybe 10 cal, something like that. But let's focus on the run here. I'm going to go hit my quick run, and you guys go out, hit your 100-meter run, so about a 30-second run. Come back in, and we will start getting warmed up. All right, so we've done a lot of running lately. And as a result, I know I'm going to be backlit because I have my garage open now. As a result, I really want to work on getting those hips warmed up and stretched out. So let's go ahead and start with a Samson lunge. I'm going to come back here. Let me move this, because it's always an experiment in angles when we're recording. Okay, let's try from here. So we're going to go into a Samson lunge, and we're just going to alternate. So we're going to lunge forward, press up, try to open up that hip flexor on that leg that's behind you. Press up as opposed to back. So we're opening up that hip flexor. Press, jump back or step back, and then lunge it forward again. And we're going to do 2 more times here, both sides. And alternate. Good, go ahead, stand it up. I want you to give me 10 good mornings. We're not going to be using a PVC pipe or a barbell or anything. I just want you can ride your hands down your legs. Tap those toes, keep that back nice and flat. Come back up, give me 10. Good. And then from here, we're going to go into a figure 4. You can do this on the ground in a pigeon. I'm going to just do it standing. For me, I'm going to work on some balance. So flex that foot, cross that knee over, or that ankle over onto the opposite quad, and then sink down. You could grab onto something. If you've got balance, you can just hang out here. Challenge your balance a little bit. You should feel this on the outer hip and the glute. On that top leg, go ahead and switch. Good. Go back out for another 100-meter run. See you in a sec. It is so gorgeous outside. All right, so I've got a dumbbell here. And I also, like I said, I've got my trusty alternate object. So I want you to take, if you have something a little bit lighter, I want you to take a little bit lighter weight. And we're going to go into now some weighted deadlifts. And I want you to just focus on really driving through those heels, pressing into the floor and feeling it through those hips and hamstrings, not so much through that low back. So we're going to do 5 alternating deadlifts. And opposite side. And then to go ahead and take that weight, we're going to do alternating strict press. Just kind of get those shoulders a little bit warmed up here. So you're going to take whatever weight you've got, get it into that shoulder position. Make sure this is tight, and then go ahead and press. And then switch other side. Something's cracking back there. That's gotta get warmed up here. All right, then we're gonna do some arm circles back. And some arm circles forward. And then let's go ahead and come down to a puppy dog pose. So let me get this camera set up. All right, so we're gonna go from tabletop here, keeping those hips right above our knees. And then we're gonna take our hands out in front of us like we're going into child's pose, and we're just gonna sink our chest down with those hips staying at nice and high. Oh, big stretch. Do that left hand, flip it upside down or up towards the ceiling, and then press down into that right side. And then go ahead and switch. Go back to that tabletop and then pop yourself up into a downward facing dog. Drive those heels down towards the ground and pedal out the feet. Try to stretch those calves. And go ahead and walk your hands back to meet your feet. Going back out for another quick 100-meter run. All right, guys, let's go ahead and do some, let's do some lunges. Let's do some unweighted body weight lunges here. Let's go back to that angle. All right, so on these lunges, guys, I want both knees at 90 degrees. And then when you drive back up, I want you to really press off of that front foot, that heel and that front foot. So just give me 5 per side here. So 10 total body weight lunges. All right, so now we're going to go into those dumbbell snatches. And I want you to really think, like we did with those deadlifts, think about driving through those heels, getting nice extension through those hips, getting that nice high pull, and then dropping underneath that weight. If that weight starts to feel heavy, the more you can drop underneath it, the better. That weight doesn't have to be, you don't have to pull it as high, but it may feel pretty light at first. So you might almost feel like you're not so much muscle snatching, but not having to really drop underneath it until you start to really fatigue. So I want you guys to first start out with just some high pulls. So we're gonna put that dumbbell right between our feet. Again, feet are about hips width apart. We're gonna hinge at the hip, and I want you to pull from the ground, and then just we're just going to open up extension, and then we'll go into our high pull. So we'll do 4, 4 on one side, 4 on the other. Let's go ahead and just big shrug, back down. Good. Other side. And we're going to do the same thing now, except for we're going to add that high pull now. And then go ahead and switch it up. And I want you guys to give me 4 total, so just 4, 2 alternating on either side, dumbbell snatches. I don't know about you, but my allergies are going crazy. So running outside's great, but the pollen's pretty high. I don't know how you guys are doing. Hopefully you're holding up with that. So 400-meter run, 14 alternating dumbbell snatches, 14 goblet lunges. I'm going to go through those goblet lunges, or go over those goblet lunges real quick, and then we'll get started. So you're going to take the dumbbell up to your chest, holding it right underneath your chin. And you're going to be stepping forward for these goblet lunges. If that weight is heavy to the point where you're failing your reps or you're having a really hard time keeping that form together, just go for body weight. You got a lot of options on the dumbbell today, so you can drop down to lighter weight, use an alternative piece of equipment, or just go body weight for the lunges. Obviously with the snatches, you need a little bit of weight for that. So 20-minute time cap. I'm going to reset my computer over here, so you'll be a little backlit, but I'll be doing this workout with you guys, and then we'll jump into the Durante Core. After that, do a little bit of mobility to cool down. And you guys can be on your merry way. So let me get this music on. Clock will run for 20 minutes. And then we will meet again. I'm going to give you guys about 2 minutes to get set up. We'll say a minute. I want my music. All right, guys. Let's go, guys. Hold on. Sorry. I gotta do a timer on my computer, not on my phone. All right. Here we go. 20 minutes. We're going in 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright guys, we're about halfway through that time cap, a little bit over halfway. Alright, this is it, guys. Seconds to that cap, guys. That was longer than I thought. Okay.
Last 15 seconds. Yeah, you guys can't see me. 10. Whew, my 500 is uphill. 3, 2, 1. That is time. Woo! All right, so that took a lot longer than I thought it would. It was goody. I liked it. All right, we're gonna hit up this core next. So, I'm gonna move you guys to the other side. So, Durante Core. Ugh. Durante Core, 4 rounds, 10 hollow rocks, 10 V-ups, 10 tug-ups, and 10-second hollow hold. So, I'm going to run the clock again for this so I can count the hollow hold, but you guys take your time on this, and when I'm done with my 4 rounds, I'm going to jump right into that cool down, and then you guys can be on your merry way. So I'm going to pull that timer back up. Try to get this angle so you guys can see the movements real quick. So let's do these movements first so you guys see what I'm doing. Alright. First things first, that hollow hold. You're just back. Biceps are right next to your ears. Feet are off the ground. You're holding in this position. You can look straight up. You can tuck your chin slightly, but don't curl up too much here. Shoulders to be off the ground. That's your hollow hold. For your hollow rock, same position, just rocking through that core. Low back should be on the ground for that one. V-ups. Oh, I don't even know if I can demo the V-ups right now. All right, so V-ups. Legs are going to be as straight as you can get them. Shoulders are coming off the ground for this. You're going to try to touch your toes. You come up and then back down. 2 and back down. And then tuck-ups. Similar to the V-up, a little bit more forgiving because you get to bend the knee. Arms up overhead, tuck up. You're in a little boat position. Back overhead and up. So that's all of your movements for today. for Durante Core. And I'm going to run the clock, a stop clock on my computer. And you guys can go ahead and get started. Whenever you're ready, I'll go 3, 2, 1, go. That's rough.
Check it out now. No doubt now. Yeah. Check it out now. No doubt, yo. Special girl, real good girl. Biggest thing in my itty bitty world. Call her up and she made me feel right. Wish the bliss could never take flight. Sitting back with this mic in my hand. Spitting hot shit, trying to see green. Imprinted on my mind every minute. Make my plans and you always in the job. Such a vibrant thing. Vibrant thing, a vibrant thing. And even though we both fly, give each other space and not the evil eye. Acting like grown-ups. Don't even try to hide cause the spot blown up. Girlfriend telling you she wanna see. I say I don't know, but you say gladly. And when we both do head, we go on and on and on and on and on and sweeter than Ben and Jerry. Can the rhyme, well you know I get mine. Sitting around in my abstract car. This abstract game going abstract car, yeah. Such a vibrant thing. Vibrant thing, a vibrant thing. Yeah, such a vibrant thing. Vibrant thing, a vibrant thing.
Alright, that's 2 rounds for me.
Such a vibrant thing. Vibrant thing, a vibrant thing. Check it, look at me. Check it, look at me. Check it. Yeah. Such a vibrant thing. Getting back to my MC status, all the willy that I kick make the other niggas maddest. Moving through your talent situation. Shorty thought she saw it, but she really was getting with you. Shook a thing and violated. Now these wolf-like thoughts are formulated. I'm saying, oh, is this some heartfelt shit here? Am I strung back, nigga? Well, shit, yeah. Plus we can hold the convo. Or go to the movies, my crib, whatever, yo. Just wanna see you by my side. We on 95, know the stashes in the vibe. A rapping nigga for real. You will find me in the segment. My nigga got the pill. Rap slate like Big Bait. You buy, I sell, we split big cake. Yeah, such a vibrant thing. Vibrant thing, a vibrant thing. Yeah, such a vibrant thing. Vibrant thing, a vibrant thing. Yeah, such a vibrant thing. Vibrant thing, a five red thing, five thing, the five red thing, five thing in the house, yo, yo.
All right, one more round. Let's do this. Oh, man. So rough. If you guys can hear this song, this is Compliments of Jess Marks. She told me to put this song on my playlist. All right, let's get through this. All right, last 10-second hold, and then we're gonna cool it down, stretch out, and we'll be done. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and stretch out that core to start. Got the dog visiting us. Not this one. All right, so come back, tabletop position, drop those hips down. Oof. Look up. Woo-wee. All right, look over your left shoulder. And look over your right shoulder. Look back up. And we're going to go ahead and get back to that tabletop position and go back into puppy dog like we did in the warm-up. Hands are going to face each other for right now. Go ahead and press back up to that tabletop position and swing your left leg forward for pigeon pose on the left side. Try to get those hips nice and low here. Come down to your elbows and hold. And then we're going to transition to the other side through downward facing dog. So swing that leg behind you, press down through your heels. Pedal out those feet. And then swing the opposite leg through for pigeon. Once again, get those hips nice and low. And come down to your elbows. And back up. We're going to go into a low lunge here, or a perfect lunge. So swing the left leg back around, sink that back hip down. You should feel that hip flexion on the back leg, and then open up through your glute on the front side, that forward leg. And on the last side, just go ahead and switch. And then from here, back to that downward facing dog. Quickly walk your hands back to meet your feet. Grab opposite elbows and hang here. Round it on up. And you guys are good to go. Have a good day.